So let's talk Google Bard. Now, there's been a lot of development, and in a recent Brainiacs newsletter, I talked about don't sleep on Google Bard. When it first came out, yes, it underperformed expectations, had some embarrassing sort of public demos. But since then, Google's been pouring massive amounts of resources into this, and we have learned that now they have updated the AI model that Bard runs on from Palm to Gemini Pro. Gemini Pro is the latest high functioning model that Google released a few months ago, maybe a month ago, time flies. Now, it's not Gemini Ultra. Gemini Ultra is sort of their most capable model. There is talk that there will be a subscription-based Bard that gives you access to Ultra. In some of the recent comments on earnings calls and all that, we're just going to have to see. But you can see on the screen here, I went to Bard. I asked it, are you running Gemini Pro or Palm? And it confirmed that it's currently running on Gemini Pro. Now, I always like to ask how confident are you in your answer? And it responded quite confident, though it can't be 100% certain. And so you see here that it talks about how Google AI publicly announced that Bard is powered by Gemini Pro as of April 2023. We're February 2024, but there's been some disparities in where and when and how Bard has been rolling out Gemini Pro versus Palm 2. So like any of these rollouts, it all depends. I'm fairly confident that this, what I'm about to show you, is Gemini Pro, given recent remarks and all that. Now, again, Bard and what model it's running on may be different based on the country that you're in. Anyway, let's put that aside. I wanted to show you or remind you, now that we have Gemini Pro, how useful this can be for, say, YouTube videos. Now, I'm not talking about cooking demonstrations. Yeah, that's fine if you want to do that stuff. But because I'm talking to you, generally professional, white-collar knowledge worker, I know that sometimes we're reviewing stuff on YouTube. It could be hearings. It could be some expert talking, a colleague, ourselves, right? And once it's on YouTube, depending on whoever put it up there, you may or may not be able to download the video. You may or may not be able to get the transcript. Well, because YouTube is a Google product, you have access through Bard to do some cool things. And that's what I want to sort of walk you through here right now. Okay, so for instance, I saw this video. This is all about basically humanoid robots and how there's been lots of effort over decades to do this, but Tesla's investment in this, and specifically its development with Optimus is driving a lot of rapid development in this, coupled with the advances in generative AI. Now, this is an hour-long video. There's 3 people talking. I just don't really have the time. I'd love to listen to all of this. So I'm going to grab this link up here, okay, just copy it. And I'm going to put it in this prompt down here where I basically ask Bard, write a detailed summary of this video, and this is where I put the link, summarize using bullet points, include timestamps to relevant themes and sections, include quotes, and then I give it some context. I'm specifically interested in the current state of hardware and software in terms of making truly high-functioning humanoid robots. I will use this information for a short update in my newsletter on the pragmatic use of generative AI. And so here we go. Now, this is great. It's going to basically, because again, YouTube is a Google product, Bard has access to all the back-end sort of analytics and transcriptions and all that kind of stuff. And now it's going to pull all this key information out for me. So let's see here. There we go. I'm just going to review this quick. Okay, so I just went on a few-minute journey. I'm back with you now. Let me tell you what happened and give you sort of tips for do this. I got to where I ultimately wanted, but at first, its first response pretty much gave me the first 4 minutes. Now, this is an hour-long video, not sufficient. So I asked it to give me a table of contents that are discussed throughout the entire video. Again, trying to have it consume the entire video. This time it got to about the 12th or 13th minute. Really couldn't get it to do anything beyond that. I kind of forgot what I was talking about. So I rewrote my prompt, which you see here, same as the one I started with, but I said, please cover the full length of this video, which is about an hour. So I introduced that in the prompt, trying to get it to focus on the entire video, and that worked. Here are the notes with the timestamps for the complete timeline of that. Now, this is really, really helpful. You can see it's really detailed. It did stop, okay? That's okay. Remember, these models will stop sometimes if you're forcing them into a long response. What you do, you just say, please continue. Bard apologized and continued, picked up where it left off. Now, is this going to be 100% accurate? No. But is it going to be 80+% accurate? Absolutely. So it's a nice way to digest long-form video content. Maybe you just want to sort of do that to understand where you want to just jump right in. Maybe it's a video of yourself and you want to sort of evaluate the contents that you discussed. It's a speech, a talk, a presentation, or something like that. Maybe for you out there who do CLEs, continuing legal education for lawyers, maybe you have a talk that you want to get CLE credit for. You could use this to sort of break out the outline and all that, use that as sort of the submission for contents for the CLE program, depending on the state. That may be too much detail. That may be perfect detail. You never know. But there's lots of use cases for this. And again, going to YouTube, you know, YouTube is one of the main search engines right now on the web. There's more and more video content. You know, here's another one. This is ARK Investments, Kathy Wood's investment company, breaking down Tesla's recent earnings call. It's about 32 minutes long. I could come up with a prompt that basically says, you know, what are the key takeaways from this call? What are the red flags for any Tesla investors? Or I could even ask it, what are the implications for autonomous vehicles based on what we learned from Tesla? So it's just a different way for you all to use these tools to break down content, to consume content, to ingest content. So anyway, hope this was helpful. Google Bard, it continues to advance and is now running on Gemini Pro. All right, have fun with it.